You already know how we do it. We always wait to the 8 minute. You hear me? But let me go get my coffee. Put this music on. You know, Tom, you see what it is? We about to do the most right now.
Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up. Dog hit me up. Hello? Shorty on my line, told the bitch to call back, cause she getting out of line. Louis, what's the deal? Nigga, we talk. Got a 9 on a mission, nigga, watch we talk. Meet me on the block, tell me everything you know. From the guns to the chips and the kilos of coke. All I see is white, let my vision flash. Got my hand on them birds, about 100 in cash. Nigga, what's the math? Said I'm rich forever. Ride a trap or die, got my mind on this cheddar. Wish a nigga would, if a nigga try. Leave brains on the step, laying next to his mind. Get it or die, that's the motivation. I tell it how it is, see the bullets penetration. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Kick the door, hit the floor, homie. See this fall, homie? Leave your brains on the floor, homie. I want your bricks from out the crib and the floor, homie. I'm talking dollars and them cents from out the drawer, homie. Tie your bitch by the beat, I want it all, homie. You niggas barking like the deed, I let it off, homie. 100 pounds in the crib, I took it all, homie. I left the nigga by stairs where his bras on him. 200,000 on the wrist, I spent the charm on it. Dump a nigga on his neck, that's a pause moment. Real
Go.
niggas up back,
Let me get my coffee.
loaded. Pussy tried to walk me off, hit a crazy homie. Bent the block, up 10, left him in the coma. Northside, Illidale, you know, son of Cobra. Big dog in the pit. The dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick.
We got a lot to go on today. Listen, we cooking, we cooking, we cooking. Thanks for everybody tuning in. We cooking, you already know what it is. It's all facts, no pink for podcast. I'm your host, 1-3. I don't let nothing marinate. We get straight to the sauce, everything saucy. Come on, man. Come on, we gotta keep it up, man. Ryan Garcia and his body testing stuff again is diabolical. Diabolical. Me personally keeping it all, man. They gotta stop this. But you know me, man. Bring out the law book, always do my notes. It is what it is, you hear ski? We got a lot to talk about. In this live, we got a lot to talk about. And what we got to talk about, Ryan Garcia and his Vada testing fake news. You already know who's spreading the fake news out there. So you already know who that is. It got to be the Haneys. We're going to do the prediction on Nick Ball, Brandon Figueroa today. Canelo just did an interview with Rick Renee. We're about to see how that situation take place and go. Then PBC, shout out to Eric Espinosa, Mike Tyson, Andre Ward, starting a grassroots situation for the amateur fighters, which is something great, especially Tyson starting it off, if I'm not mistaken, I think between March 12th, March 13th, or March 14th of next month, starting off over there in Vegas, for the amateur boxing, the grassroots. Shout out to PBC, Tyson, Andre Ward, stepping into the grassroots scene to develop these amateurs, you hear me? Because USA boxing doing what they can do, but come on, man, we should have better Olympians. You hear me? And another thing, Eric Espinosa from PBC, the nigga was a lawyer. You hear me? So, hey, Floyd, it's a lot going on, but you leaving a bad taste in everybody's mouth right now. But besides that, let's get into this. The media claiming that. Listen, Ryan Garcia made a post and exposed lies. The media claiming that Vada have not been testing Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios, which was a lie. And Ryan Garcia, he came out and said, I wasn't going to speak on this because it's ridiculous. But I see parts of the media claiming I'm not tested by Vada, which is extremely untrue. I've been tested this whole camp, and I am sure, I'm pretty sure Mario Barrios have been tested too. And he posts again, if anyone keep lying, that he will take legal action against media. And we seen it before, y'all. They doing it to Tank. Shout out to Spinoza. He said, no lawsuit papers for 340 million came across my desk. And the point I'm getting is people create fake narratives and people will run with these fake narratives. Just like a couple days ago, everybody ran with a fake narrative saying Shakur Stevenson was stripped by the WBC. If he was stripped, he would have been stripped the night of when he got in that ring. But February 3rd, going into February 4th, the WBC boxing made an announcement on their page, on their site, stating that Shakur Stevenson had vacated the WBC title. But the only thing I'm mentioning all of this is false media. It's fake media out here. Now, fake media is saying that Ryan Garcia has never been tested for Vada testing, and Vada ain't come out and say it. Well, everybody should know who's behind this stuff, man. Everybody should know who's behind this stuff. You know, and just staying on that WBC topic of Shakur being stripped, damn, Bo Mac just made a post of him getting that WBC ring. Like, come on, we're going to get to that later, but right now it's just about Ryan Garcia and how these people in the media, telling lies, and Ryan here exposing them, and he's letting y'all know legal actions will take place. Stop lying on me. You feel me? When I whooped Devin Haney ass the last time, I wasn't on no Osterine. That's all of y'all creating a fake narrative. And then that's when he got that old back. Why you think Tank said, nigga, I need 2 Ferraris to go over there and fight Cho Guy? Y'all don't see the fake narratives that's being presented and being displayed out here. When Floyd Mayweather first got stopped and they had him in a high rise, penthouse and all of that. Remember, Saudi Arabia, when he went to Saudi Arabia, they was trying to lock him up. Tank exposed saying that Floyd owed money. And that's when you started to see, like, all right, Floyd, you're going to be the key figure so we can try to bring down PBC so, we can make certain situations happen. I'm just letting y'all know. You feel me? But we're going to get into all of that. Right now, it's about Ryan. Then I'm going to get into this Nick Ball, Brandon Figueroa fight predictions. Nick Ball coming in 25.11. You feel me? Brandon Figueroa coming in 25.7. We have a fight. But at the end of the day, when you look at it, is Brandon Figueroa weight draining himself? Even though he looked comfortable at this weight class, we seen what he do at this weight class. Is the Heartbreak Kid gonna show up? My predictions on this fight, the world gonna win. Boxing wins in this fight. Me personally, I have no winner. I'm a better draw between Brandon Figueroa and Nick Ball fight. I'm a better draw, but me personally, I feel in my gut that this gonna be one of the fights of the year. I even explained that with the hot rod and Alexander Kadoja situation. I said that was going to be a banger. Then I even talked about Boachuk, butt cheeks. But Brandon Figueroa versus Nick Ball is going to be one of the ones. The way Brandon Figueroa come fight as the Heartbreak Kid, yes, he can take it from Nick Ball. But man, you always got to ride with the shorter guy, man. His more compact punch is gonna punch more harder, and that's what people need to understand. When you're taller, your button is right there. So between this Nick Ball and Brandon Figueroa fight, us, the boxing fans, won. I'm telling y'all right now, we're gonna win this fight. And the reason I say that because both of them brothers gonna get in that ring and they're gonna display their talent and they're gonna have a clash of the titans. And at the end of the day, who wins? The boxing fans. You feel me? We're gonna win. But me, I got no person. I don't know. Like I said, a draw. But if I do choose a winner, if Brandon Figueroa take it from Nick Ball, but at the end of the day, you got to take it from the champion. But you know how Brandon coming to fight, and you know how Nick Ball coming to fight. And all I can say, the boxing fans win. That's my prediction. The boxing fans win. But your prediction, let me know in the comments. Hey, Herb Legend, what up, broski? What up, yo? Hey, Herb, what you think about this Ryan Garcia and this fake Vada testing situation? How the fake news media running around saying Ryan Garcia haven't been tested at all, and Ryan came out and said, "Listen, stop lying on me. I've been tested this whole fight by Vada, and the next person come up and make any lies, legal action is going to be pursued. He's going to start suing motherfuckers. Now, I mean, ain't no problem with that. You dig me? Ain't no problem with that. But one thing about this Vada testing shit, like we know who's behind it. Hey, Bill, hey, Dev, y'all gotta chill, bro. Y'all gotta chill. Y'all got your old back, but you got your ass whipped. Leave that boy alone. That boy not on PDs at all. He not. He's not on PDs at all. He's putting in pain and pressure and getting ready for this motherfucker fight with Mario Barrios, which is a tough fight. And like I always say, the first half of the fight, Barrios is real strong. He got power, but the first 5, 6 rounds, Barrio, he come on very, very, very strong. But the second half of the fight, he gas out. You know, Ryan Garcia, if he can just survive the first half of the fight, because let's keep it real, he beat Chinny the first half of the fight. I've always told y'all, we seen it with Luke Campbell, right? We seen him when Tank stopped him, right? You seen what Tank stopped him at. That's still early rounds. You feel me? We seen the round Rody dropped him in. Yeah, facts. He got that fight. He got that fight off his name, plus it's going to sell. Who else Barrios the fight? But Ryan. But Ryan is a little chinny in the first half of the fight. That's why I say when Barrios come on, he's going to come on strong in the first half of the fight. So it's all about the second half. When Barrio gas, Ryan got to keep it together and establish and make sure that hook, that jab is key. The jab is key because the jab is going to lead the hook, and that's what's going to put him down. And if I was Ryan, I will aim for that same shot Tank took. Now, always attack the body. Because when you attack the body, you seen it with the Abel Ramos fight and Mario Barrios. Now, man, but Ryan, keep that chin tucked, hands up, and just get by because you chinny, my nigga. You're chinny. But I'm glad Ryan came out and exposed the fake news in his body testing. I also like come on the podcast with those other people here really opinionated. Yeah. One thing about Ryan, he very intellectual. He very down to earth. He's one of us. You got a lot of people that's one of us, and you got a lot of people that's put into the position as a point. And when you get people like us, it's just a conversation they have. Like for instance, like a Tank, a motherfucking Adrian Broner, a Danny Garcia. I can say Andre. Well, I can even say Shakur Stevenson, a Terrence Bud Crawford. You got Canelo. I'm just talking about people that that came from that. But when you got people that's playing it like a Devin Haney, this ain't no disrespect, but only Bill can talk for that. I'm gonna keep it real, nigga. Sean Haney can talk for himself. Why? Because you can tell that the little brother is one of us just by being around, but you can tell where they come from. Mexico beat y'all in baseball. Hey, yo, Al, what up? What up? Hey, man, but you understand, it ain't no lot of Latinos run baseball. They run baseball. Then our other brothers run basketball and football. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta keep that shit tall. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just like fighting. It's just like fighting, yo. What I'm about to say is just like fighting. When we be looking at machines, we got to keep it real. Latinos got the toughest chins, but machines, these Mexican motherfuckers are machines. Out of the Latino race, the Mexican motherfuckers are the machines. They coming back and forth. You understand? They game because they can take a punch. You don't believe me? Get drunk. I ain't telling you to do this. This is for entertainment purposes only. Get drunk and go to a club and fight a bunch of Mexicans at a speakeasy. I guarantee you, you're going to get your ass whipped. The motherfuckers going to be coked up. They hands like this big, you know what I mean? All that hard ass labor they doing for $2, they gonna beat the dog shit out you. You know what I mean? We game all night. What's up, broski? Hey, gang, what you think about Ryan exposing the fake news about this Vada test and saying they lying? They really trying to get that boy out of the sport. Ryan, Tank, they really trying to move these brothers out the way, man. Really out the way, man. And another thing, today fight night, man. Nick Ball, Brandon Figueroa. The 126 division. They both made weight. Even though Brandon Figueroa looked a little bit more drink, but hey, coming 125.7, Nick Ball 125.11. These brothers about to rehydrate up probably to like 130 something, 135 the most, 136. And they gonna put pain and pressure, but I got the boxing fans winning. This is a banger. All right, what happened was Ryan Garcia made a post, right? I'm gonna read the post, y'all. Ryan Garcia made the post, right? He said, I wasn't going to speak on this because it's ridiculous, but I see parts of the media claiming I'm not tested by Vada, which is extremely untrue. I've been tested this whole camp, And I'm sure Mario Barrios have too. Then he finished it off with another post says, if anyone keep lying that he wasn't going to take, that he wasn't tested, that he's going to take legal actions, you know? And I feel him on that. I feel him on that, y'all. And we know who's behind it. We know who's behind it, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know? Those motherfuckers don't want to see it. Those motherfuckers still trying to erase that ass whooping out of their memory. And the world, no, you got your ass whooped. You know, you should have took that shit like a man. You know, that's the only reason I dislike Devin Haney, because you lost. You got the nigga, we know you got a one on your record. Leave that one. And by you coming back and becoming a W, nigga, that shit would have made you more greater. But we seen the pussy shit you did. So, bro, this is what I tell people, right? For the casuals that don't know about boxing, for the casuals, you're gonna believe a person who worked with a well-known cheater named Victor Conte, who's the king of steroids, who fucked all of them baseball players, Olympians, NFL players, he fucked even Sugar Shane Mosley. He fucked niggas' lives up for Ostarine, all of that volatile shit. This is facts. Go back and look. Are you gonna believe a person that a Devin Haney, a Bud Crawford, who go work with a well-known a cheater, who went to jail for cheating? Go ask all of them. Go ask Barry Bonds, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire. Ask Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa. Victor Conte fucked Sammy Sosa up so much the nigga turned light skin. Nigga, Sammy Sosa look like this. This Sammy Sosa right now. Victor Conte fucked Sammy Sosa up so much he looked like this. So I'm gonna believe a person who works with a well-known trader or a person who don't. So I'm gonna believe the person who don't. You know, everybody know this motherfucker works with a well-known trader. The world know Victor Conte is a motherfucking cheater. No, rest in peace to Victor Conte, but I'm only expressing what happened with the biological situation, it told on his life, etc. You feel me? So by Ryan coming out in the media and exposing this, it means a lot. It means a lot because y'all got to stop lying on this kid. Y'all keep bringing up these fake ass narratives and these false narratives, and y'all people believe. But once you got a certain entity, a certain $1 billion entity that can that purchase a certain media and can create all these extra shells, I mean shell companies to create false narratives, y'all people don't believe that. Like for instance, I just seen a video with Eric Spinoza, PBC. I ain't never know Eric Spinoza was a lawyer, you know, and they asked him, you know, the guy. That's why I love the interview. He got straight into the bullshit. He said, listen, I want to ask you a question. What do you think about this Floyd Mayweather $340 million lawsuit? Is that it's not 24/7, 365, and they don't test you if you don't have something lined up. Yeah, I like USD Vada. Gang, thank you, my brother. Thank you. USDA is the best place to go. And the reason I say that, what I'm about to say, is because I might put my foot in my mouth. If I'm not mistaken, every VADA fighter that tests positive, they're in the USDA fountain, dirty like Carissa Shields, like a Keyshawn Davis. Remember they all got found dirty? Then what happened? Victor Conte, the Godfather, come to their rescue and say, oh, he just was drinking and it was marijuana. But if they was drinking and it was marijuana, shit, the world seen Ryan drinking and smoking when he was about to fight Devin Haney. So why marijuana ain't come out in his system? Okay. Hey, we game all night. I appreciate you, bro. Because it's facts. We need the USDA to be mandatory. We need that shit to be mandated. VADA got to get out of the sport. And I want y'all to pay attention. Everybody that deal with snacks force you to take VADA. Why? Why do every snack fighter force you to take VADA instead of USDA? Because I guarantee you go to USDA route, the USADA route, I promise you. If you go the USADA route, I promise you, all them snack fighters will be testing positive. I promise you all them snack fighters will be testing positive. If they go the USADA route, I promise you they be testing positive. We seen it already. We seen it with Carissa Shields, Keyshawn, every snack fighter that tests positive, USDA VADA found, USDA found the motherfuckers. Listen, this shit got me so hyped up, bro. Like, it's so real. It's so real. No, I'm 42 years old, y'all. I watched Victor. No, rest in peace, Victor Conte. But at the time, bro, our favorite superstars of the 90s, he fucked their career up. Bro. And Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco, them niggas, they ain't needed him. They was already hitting shit out the park. But his bitch ass get caught up on to bring everybody, eating the nigga, the ball Tommy from Philadelphia. Nigga, was a lot of Philly niggas on that shit. But bro, come on. One thing is, Ostarine ain't gonna help you punch hard, bro. It's not. Steroids ain't gonna help. If you can't punch hard, you ain't punching hard, nigga. All it's gonna do is give you endurance. It's like, for instance, we all men here, right? You know, when we was growing up, we'd drink something. Oh, we gonna go out and get some coochie tonight on some bitches in the clubs. Nigga, we getting drunk. Niggas popping ecstasies. Niggas popping perks. Niggas popping Xannies. Niggas just sitting there drinking Henny and shit with motherfucking Red Bull. Now, man, smoking weed. Now you got the honey packs. Nigga, we do anything to get in that coochie and trying to last long, right? What you think a fighter trying to do? When you know you a second half fighter and you get gassed out by the fifth. What you think certain fighters do, bro? Exactly. But I'm not going to deal with a well-known cheater, then bring him into the sport of boxing and the full. See, one thing about Victor Conte, he was smart. He knew he fucked up when he started boxing. So what he did, he go to jail, kick his feet up, and learn, like, damn, I need an doping agency to test my product and know and clear my product. So what he do, he come home and start out. This is facts. He grabbed some people from the New York State Athletic Commission, got some of his friends that was doctors in certain other places, came home, the nigga attacked Wada. You can go back and look at 2010 on up. He always attacked Wada. Wada this, Wada that, Wada this. The next thing you know, he started his company and named the shit Vada. Now you got Snack and Vada testing. And in Vada testing, the people in there is certain people that's in the New York State Athletic Commission, Law State. Like, the nigga is so much of a motherfucking genius. He cornered the market. Now they still there. So when people look at Mexico, Memo Herrera, niggas know them niggas is cheaters. But who cares? No? But you know what's fucked up? They fucked the Russian the Russian Victor Conte. Y'all catch him all. Y'all fucked him up. Don't believe Janet Beck still. Listen, Janet Beck B testing. Where is it? Where is Janet Beck B testing, bro? You supposed to test that shit right after. And you know the same thing of the A to B is going to be the same. Why his B sample haven't been taken yet? This is all I want to know. And I promise y'all, once these niggas find somebody, watch Crawford come back out and give Canelo that rematch. I promise y'all, bro. You see this shit in the pudding, but I'm glad that Ryan exposing this shit in the fake media, because y'all got to tighten up the lies y'all create, man. Y'all create so much lies, it's crazy. Round One Sports, what's up, Edwin? My broski, what's up, Ed? You good, man? Pulling up tonight, man. You know, we had a good one 2 days ago, man. I always talk about that, you know, and I always send people there. You feel me? I always send people there. You know, if you want to know more about that WBC situation, that brother, he vacated, you know, and I always send people to that interview because it was one of the greatest interviews, you know, that was talked about between Shakur Stevenson and the WBC, of him not being stripped, of him being, it was vacated, you know. I appreciate you. And, you know, shout out to Round One Sports, you know, every day 7:30, pull up, baby. Shout out my guy Edwin, shout out my brother Frontline. Listen, pull up. And yeah, but we game all night. It's the truth, though. You know, like, people got to tighten up, man. People got to tighten up. You know, people run with anything they hear, and some people want to be the first to put some shit out. Shout out to Round One, like, you know, he came out, you know, we did a great interview. We had a great interview 2 days ago, you know, and people was trying to say Round One this, Round One that. He was like, bro, like, nah, nigga, we not going to start that narrative. We don't want him to be stripped. He vacated. And that's what key thing people need to understand and read. Just go, when you go to the WBC website, it tells you, they tell you he vacated. It ain't say shit about strip, it say vacate. And I rather Shakur to vacate the title than strip, you know? But you ask these people, they're going to tell you something else, bro. They're going to tell you something else all of the time. They're going to tell you something else all of the time. But yeah, like I said, my predictions on the Brandon Figueroa and Nick Ball fight, hopefully, you know, us boxing fans win. That's what it looked like. Hey, yo, we game all night. Go watch that and go check my brother out. Go check my brother Edwin in Frontline out on Round One Sports, man. Great. Yes, man. We building, bro. Listen, interview was fire. Great interviews all of the time, you know. Great breakdowns, you know. We just out here trying to corner the market, you know, and give people the truth and not create narratives. And what I see of, you know, you, We Got Game, myself, Herb Legend, Frontline. Shout out my youngin' Santos Boxing. Shout out Edwin, Round One Sports. Shout out to D1. Shout out a lot of people. We out here. We not creating no narratives. We bringing y'all people the truth. You know, we bringing y'all people the truth. We ain't out here to trying to create a narrative. See, that nigga on PDs and shit. Vada ain't contesting. Yeah, Shakur was stripped by the. No, we ain't on none of that. We gonna give y'all people the true game. And this is true game. You don't want Shakur to be stripped. You don't want to have that strip situation on his record. When they look on paper, you was stripped. Nah, nigga, you vacated. You feel me? Plus, you build a relationship with the WBC since you was a kid. Then when you went to 126 came in the game, the first title you was, if I'm not mistaken, the WBC champ. Even at 135, his first belt at 135 when he fought De Los Santos for the vacant title was what? The WBC. And it ain't the shit on Bud, but Bud never had a true relationship with the WBC. Why? Because top rank favorite belt was the WBO. Shout out to Puerto Rico, you know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is, But yeah, and another thing I want to get into, right? Shout out to Canelo. Shout out to Rick Renee. I'm glad Rick Renee asked a certain question. And it's the beginning of the interview, we all knew that supposedly Canelo had a shoulder or an elbow injury, right? Now, this is what I want to talk about, right? And I tell a lot of people this because you got to be careful. Remember when Bernard Hopkins grabbed Tank and Tank said, "Get off me, don't touch me"? Remember he said that, right? Okay. Then remember Ryan, right? When he fought Devin Haney. The guy Scooter came and put some cream on him, right? I'm just telling people certain shit. Yeah, he got 5 fights left as most. The only fight that really makes sense for all of them is Tank. Their history is real. The sparring session is real. The history is real. But the shit people like, I don't know. To me, a 50-50 fight is if you niggas knocking each other out, that's a 50-50 fight. But a person that's knocking a nigga out and a person that's boxing is not a 50-50 fight. You can say a 70-30. You can go either way. But I can't like Paulie Malignaggi. I like the character of him because he ain't scared to express his words, but he say the dumbest shit out of his mouth. Like, bro, I think when Adrian Broner took his girl, Tank smashed her too. I'm just keeping it tall because nigga, Tank resume better than all 8 resumes, Paulie. Y'all, all them niggas is still fighting his leftovers, and all of his leftovers are becoming champions. So his shit is aging like fine wine. Make it make sense. Barrios top main event against Ryan. That nigga's a champion. 140, 140. Make it make sense. Make it make Rody champion. Make it make sense. We seen Pitbull. Make it make sense. Now Ryan getting the opportunity. Make it make sense, bro. You know what I mean? Because I got that nigga whole situation right here. We can go down that bullshit again. You got to make it make sense. We just watched Ricardo Nunes get robbed on some real shit when he fought Javier Herrera. Like, that was a good ass fight. And Ricardo still coming off that. I understand about Leo Santa Cruz, but you see Pitbull still balling. Nigga, he whooped Hector Garcia ass so bad, he told him to keep the belt. I don't want that shit. And Lamont Roach ended up getting the title, right? Lamont Roach ended up going down there and getting the title, right? So but everybody want to fight a Lamont Roach, right? Everybody want to fight a Frank Martin, right? Everybody want to fight a Pitbull, right? Everybody want to fight a Rody, right? Everybody want to fight a Barrios, right? I'm just saying, though, all the niggas, even Gamboa, old ass niggas still want to fight. Ricardo Nunes, it shows that nigga resume is still aging like fine wine. I don't care what anybody say. And I'm not a Tank fan, nigga. I'm not a Tank fan at all. Never was. Now, I mean, I'm a fan of the sport of boxing. I love the sport of boxing, and my guy do his thing. You gotta give kudos to what it is. I'm not gonna shit on everybody else's resume because the top fighters in that class at the time, I'm gonna leave it as that. The top fighters at that class at the time, see, they starting to zap my shit. These niggas trying to zap my shit. Come on, y'all, leave me alone, man. Leave me alone, man. Stop trying to zap my shit, man. But that's what it is. But getting into back to the Canelo situation, I watched Canelo tell Rick Renee. Now this nigga saying he had cramps in his legs. And the reason I was getting into that cream, y'all, because you got to be careful. You got to be careful because, like for instance, you're gonna watch a lot of people say, well, you're supposed to touch gloves when you get in the center of the ring, and such and such say, the referee said touch gloves. You're not supposed to touch the person's skin. You're not supposed to touch the person's body. You feel me? And then you watch Shakur come out there, hit T on it. He let T right here. Why you think when T look, he like, and then when but when people come out, they're going to show y'all and tell y'all certain things. You got to be careful of who you deal with and take with. But me personally, I don't use that as no excuse. All I did, and I think that nigga went in there and he put. I've been asking for Shakur at 126 and 130. He didn't give it to us at 135. That nigga moved up to a bigger weight class and did it. To a 2-time lineal champion. You understand it? That speaks volume. That right there speaks volume. Oh, I ain't do that shit at 135 because, I had to figure myself out. You feel me? I still was kind of, when you look at the De Los Santos fight, you look at the Archer fight, but the Zepeda fight. But when you go to 140, you beat the guy who beat the guys. You know what I mean? Even though the top guys tank, I've been in a ring with them, all y'all niggas did, but the top rank, I beat the guy who beat the guys. I'm gonna keep it tall, man, because I hate this part right here, yo. I really hate this part. And what I'm about to say is, they trying to put Shakur high on a totem pole for pound. I can agree. But what I disagree is y'all never had T.O. up there. You feel me? T.O. by Shakur winning should have put Shakur, let's say, in third place, right? And the reason I say that because T.O. been a Ring Magazine champion way before Bam Rodriguez. Fuck yeah, that nigga been a Ring Magazine champion before all three of them niggas up there. You feel me? When he beat motherfucking Loma. But nobody ain't put him pound for pound because us in America, remember, Turkey never purchased it yet. Oscar still had it. So nobody gave a fuck about the Ring Magazine. Let's keep it true. Nobody cared about the Ring Magazine until Turkey purchased it. Now, when Turkey purchased it, nobody don't give a fuck about that, though. Let's keep it tall. But when T.O.B. Josh Teller and he exposed nigga, you a dictator, etc. Make a long story short, and a short story even more shorter. You can't rank Shakur that high if y'all never had T.O. that high. It's the only problem I have, and I always had a problem with that. Yes, Shakur should be ranked number 2, number 1. I'm just keeping that shit tall. You know what I mean? Because look, majority of them, Usyk came Ring Magazine champ 2022. T.O. won, if I'm not mistaken, 22, 23. He beat Josh Teller, right? All right, so that's his second 2-time lineal, right? You feel me? This is, and at that time it was Bud's second. So I'm just keeping it tall here, y'all. I'm just keeping it tall. I understand about this Ukraine shit, but that should have been number 1, number 2. Because them two brothers did it. They did it before anybody of this generation. They gave us 2 lineal titles. So number 1, number 2 of pound for pound ranking should have been Crawford and T.O. So by Shakur getting this victory can put him up there. You feel me? Because I beat the guy who really beat the fucking guys of this era who had the ring champion. But during the time they got it, y'all wasn't praising them guys. Y'all just started praising them now. That's the point I'm getting to. Because you got to put Crawford up there, number 1. You got to put T.O. number 2. Because them motherfuckers at top rank, they did it first. Then you can put Usyk number 3. You feel me? You can put Inoue number 4. Oh, but you can't do that. You can't. I forgot. You can't. And the reason I say that, because you got to put Charlo number 1, because Charlo, nah. I'm gonna put it like, I'm gonna put Charlo number 3 because he became undisputed that time. Like that Canelo 3, Charlo 4, because you got to give the 2 people who became undisputed first, 2-time lineal champion first. And I'm gonna put Bud, T.O., Canelo, Charlo at that time. Before Turkey purchased the Ring Magazine, I'm gonna put them 4 brothers up there at that time. Why? Because them niggas had the motherfucking, you seen them, they had the ring champions at the time, but they was beating the shit out of niggas. But then when, I always said it, when a certain $1 billion entity purchased it, it's like all the Americans felt off, and they just put all of the Brits, all of the Europeans on top of the Americans. And then you come over here, you start creating friendships with certain Americans, then you put them back on the pound for pound list, but you put them low. You can't do that, man. You can't do that shit, bro. From 140 to 147, when Bud became undisputed, that nigga should have been number one, right? When T.O. did it, he should have been, them two should have been fighting for number one, number two. We seen Canelo become undisputed at 168, 2023 on down, and we watched Jermell Charlo become undisputed, 2022, 2023, right? We watching. Those the top four that should have been the highly ranked in that ring shit. But once a certain entity purchased it, you just watch them four crumble. They put their people up, but they still put Bud in that position. But y'all don't got T.O. But now y'all want to rank Shakur high when Shakur should be high. He should be high, higher than what y'all trying to label him as on a pound for pound list. That's the only problem I have with the pound for pound right now. It's just a joke. You know, y'all just shooting off everything. But the key thing about Canelo was like, Canelo, you had cramps in your leg or your elbow or shoulder was hurt. Because the last time I checked, Boots was whooping your ass in training camp. Why you think Buzz stood southpaw? Boots was beating the dog shit out of him. But when you start to hear it more, you watch Canelo like, it looks like he took a dive, and the reason I say that, because he said some dumb shit. He said some, you know, the dumbest shit Canelo said, he said, you know, a winner doesn't have to win all of the time. You hopping on VR? Bet, I appreciate you. You know, that shit throw a monkey wrench or something, because, you know, only when people take a dive for money. And that's when, listen, that Bud shit, remember when Bud told the boy, what's the guy named Jay Crowder, whatever, the guy Crowder? And Bud say, see, I know your character. When he talking about a certain amount of money, and Bud said, I know your character. But right after that, what's the key thing? Bud said, I seen people do it. And I believe Canelo did it. I believe Canelo did it. And I believe the reason Bud ain't switching really gave him that type of fight, because he like, nigga, you came in and take a dive, bro. You ain't really giving me the fight that I want. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to retire. And I retire too. Why? Because you came to fight me. Now you're making these excuses. But I knew the excuse because you sold your soul. So I'm just going to go in here and win. I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to automatically be the victorious one. So, you know. But I dislike when fighters say that shit, bro. Give the other fighter, any fighter that step in the ring with any fighter, you got to give them their kudos. I don't give a fuck if the nigga a bum. You feel me? Give them his props, bro. Give those fighters their props, because it take two to tango. And at the end of the day, the journeyman that we looking at, I guarantee you he's more elite than half of these niggas that's critiquing boxing. Because majority of the people that critique boxing and trying to analyze it on YouTube, half of these niggas don't even know how to fight. I always tell people, it's different from throwing a punch and knowing how to fight. You know? You got different types of boxers. Shout out Schofield Sr. It's 5 styles of boxing, baby. Schofield Jr. know all 5 styles, nigga. But like I say, man, shout out to Eric Spinoza, Mike Tyson, Andre Ward, PBC, you know, going into the grassroots, you know, they're trying to help to tighten up the amateur market, you know, because whatever USA Boxing doing, you know, hopefully a lot of USA Boxing, you know, they get these fighters, but they really don't be tough for the Olympics, you know, and hopefully, you know, Tyson got a situation. Anybody in the Las Vegas area, anybody out the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken, March 13th, March 14th, you know, Tyson, PBC, Eric Spinoza, you know, they're doing this grassroots situations for the amateurs. You know, go tune in, check out, pull up on them brothers, you know, and show Tyson it's all love. It's going to be promoted on his streaming channel, which is on YouTube, etc. You know, but I appreciate that type of grassroots who's focusing on an amateur market, you know, and bringing them in, you know, and tightening them up and giving them game, especially financial literacy when they get certain types of dollars and certain big ass checks, you know, and they know how to spend it well. But another key thing I learned that Eric Spinoza was Tyson lawyer. You know, was Tyson lawyer, was Oscar De La Hoya lawyer, you know, typed off for PBC, and he told Floyd, you know, we kind of deep over here. You understand me? But the key thing is, you know, you owe a certain entity 340 million, but you want to sue for 340 million. Bro, it ain't making sense. It ain't making sense. You know, it ain't making sense. And plus, you know, Spinoza say, you know, the paperwork never came across his desk yet. So, hey, to each his own. You feel me? To each his own. But it's a lot of corny, wicked shit. And I tell people, all you got to do, just look when a certain entity, and I don't even like to shit on that entity because I don't believe it's that entity. I believe it's the people he when he came to America to deal with. I believe it's those people, and I'ma always say it, and I'm always stand tall. And it can still happen. Turkey meet up with Al Heyman, Tom Brown, and them niggas, and learn the pay-per-view game. Because all of the money them niggas saying they was giving, all of that shit should have been pay-per-view money. And I always said if Turkey came to America, he would have ran in the PBC, Al Heyman and them. And we would have got every fight we really wanted, y'all. I'm just keeping it tall. We would have got every fight we really wanted. But we're not getting it now. You understand me? We just getting saturated fights and too much marinating on other fights. And saturated cars is you filling up a whole car. How you got one car full of all these main events when you can just break each of those fights down and turn them into their own main events, you know? And another thing people need to understand is stop putting if you got a certain fighter you sign, stop putting him in markets where he's not going to sell at. The first market you put him in is home base or in his area. You feel me? And you build them from there. You build them from that ground up. You build them ground up from there. Then once you start seeing him doing 10,000 at the gate, 12,000 at the gate, then you ship him. All right, like for instance, Boots, right? I'm gonna use Boots for an example. We watched the numbers he did in Philly. We watched the numbers he did in Jersey. Great numbers. Live gate 10,000 on up. Every fight Boots had in Philly and Jersey, his live gates was 10,000 on up. So it shows he put asses in seats. You know, I be disliking that shit, disliking that shit. Sometimes people, yo, if y'all don't hear me talk to y'all or call y'all or send you a text, just know I'm busy. Because if I put this shit on do not disturb, I don't like to do that because I be waiting for an important phone call. And I gotta stop doing this shit on my phone because and I don't know, it's just my laptop. I just got a bunch of music and beats and shit on there, and RAMs. I just started making beats and shit, so I don't be trying to put my shit hot too. I just don't be trying to oversaturate my shit. Because I had a couple computers that crashed, and I ended up throwing that shit away, and all I had to do was give them $20-$30 and put more RAMs in that bitch. I just work with me, people. Dang, work with me, man. But yeah, getting back into this whole situation, all of this diabolical shit that's going on right now. These false narratives, these people that's clickbaiting, these people that do shit for views. You're gonna hurt yourself at the end of the day and hurt your channel because you're not giving the right. You're not telling the truth. You just telling a whole bunch of bullshit. But sometimes when you put out bullshit, that shit will come to fruition, man. Got to be careful what you say out your mouth. Because your teeth, your tongue is in a prison. Your teeth is the bars. You understand me? Always remember that. Your teeth is the prison. Your tongue is behind. Your tongue is in jail. You close your motherfucking mouth, that nigga in jail. But when he open that motherfucker, he free and he talk crazy. Just saying though. Just saying though. But yeah, but this Floyd situation, now you can tell, like I tell people, pay attention. Remember, Tank exposed Floyd saying he owed them Saudis money. Remember, we ain't know none of that. We just thought Floyd was over there. Pay attention. Pay attention to the time, date, etc. Then I want you to pay attention to who purchased this shit. Remember, they in Saudi Arabia. So, Turkey kidnapped Floyd. I'm just saying out there, like, nigga, you owe some money, nigga. You better get that shit up. And Floyd a rat. Nigga, Floyd a fucking rat, nigga. Floyd a fucking rat. Yeah, and I got my PJs on, Floyd. You a fucking rat, nigga. Fucking rat, nigga. Bro, come on, man. You gonna do that to Al Heyman? Nigga, the nigga that helped you make gross. Nigga, your net worth 1.2 billion, nigga. Nigga, the company still gotta make more than you, nigga. Let's keep it tall. But you're suing for 340 million. The same thing them niggas is suing you for. The debt you owe. Make it make sense. Then listen, this is another fake narrative, right? And I believe Virgil Ortiz's manager did this and had the ring put it out. Listen, y'all. Now Oscar is in a $24 million debt. For I think it's 626 Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles, California, which is bullshit. You talking to the golden boy, nigga. All of them brothers got their business straight. All of them brothers. It's the fake narratives people put. It's the narratives people put, bro. And fiat currency ain't worth shit. You hear me? American dollar is really worth 10 cents, nigga, and this is a fact. Just go on market, you will see. All of this fiat currency is fake unless it's backed by gold. You dig me? And shit, my nigga, I got a 10 karat gold chain that's worth $1,000 right now. And that shit 10 carats and it's little, and I keep all my gold shit up. I'm just telling y'all how it was. I should have bought that ounce of gold when that shit was like at 900 at the time. Then it went to 1100. I should have bought an ounce of gold, a gold bar. But now them bitches up 5,500. You know what I mean, one ounce, one gold bar ounce. Even silver popping right now, y'all. Silver up super duper high. That shit worth more than our motherfucking currency now. But the point I'm getting to is these certain entities come into this boxing, and y'all just all right. Once you purchase a certain entity, and they got all of these shell companies. These shell companies going to create narratives. You got bum ass Mike Coppinger. You got a bum ass motherfucking Max Kellerman. Like these people don't know shit about boxing, And like Paulie, one thing I dislike about Paulie, like bro, you hate Tank so much, bro. You hate Tank so much. When Tank was whooping niggas ass, Shakur was at 126, bro. And the crazy thing is, you can go back and watch Tank versus Leo Santa Cruz. Listen, well, after Tank beat him, you can go on BoxRec. They had Tank being a 126. Just look it up. Fuck what I say. Just go watch the fight. The fight won't tell you something different. You feel me? When you watch, it's like when we watching Teofimo versus Lomachenko, we knew they was fighting for undisputed. When the fight was over, it says undisputed, right? I'm saying though, right? So a lot of people would say, well, Lomachenko became super champ, which was franchise champ. Well, if it's like that, then that means everybody from the WBA that got the regular, then you hold the regular for 5 fights. This is a fact. Paulie will break it down. Paulie even broke it down. No, I was the world champion for the WBA. Once I get my 5 fights in and I win my 5 title defenses, they upgrade me to super champion. Now I'm the super champion. You feel me? But somebody else can become the regular champion, but I'm the guy. And that's how it goes, right? So people would say, well, Tio ain't become a Tio. Well, he did come undisputed because Lomachenko was the WBC champ. He never got stripped. He never vacated. All they did was upgrade him to the franchise champ, which still make you the real champion for the WBC. Devin Haney, you were the real champion. Devin Haney really the intern. So when they elevated you to super, they elevated him to regular, which is gold. You feel me? Like people make this shit make sense. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. And another thing is, if you don't pay the sanctioning fees, is you undisputed, or did you really hold that belt? That's the only question I want us to dissect and do our researches on. Because a lot of people. One thing about Google, nigga, you can create a fake pill, and then create your own website and put your own shit up there, and nigga think that pill real. I'm just saying, this is the shit people do. You know what I mean? This is shit what Alphabet and Google do. I'm just letting y'all know. You know what I mean? Well, they let other people do it, and to their knowledge, they really don't know. You know what I mean? But when them motherfuckers find out, they shut down your page and tear you a new asshole. That's one thing I know. But can't play with those type of people. I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying. Is Bud his last fight with Canelo, since he didn't pay a sanctioning fee, is he undisputed? It go a lot of ways, man. It go a lot of ways, y'all. It go a lot of ways. It definitely go a lot of ways. Because the shit people don't know, like a lot of people don't know, right? When Shakur fought Robeisy Ramirez, 2016, you can go back and look this shit up. Go back and look it up. He was crying, right? I want y'all to go back and listen to it. I want you to go back and listen to the fight, watch the fight, etc. Y'all want to hear Floyd Mayweather in here for Shakur Stevenson? Everybody knew Shakur was going, if he won that fight, he was going to sign the Mayweather promotion. It happened, y'all. He get there, he lose. And the reason I say Shakur lost because of Mayweather. The reason he lost that Olympian because of Mayweather. And Mayweather knew what he was doing. I'm going to sabotage this kid. That's what I felt. And the reason I felt that, it started to age like fine wine because of the shit he started doing to Tank. The shit he did to Hitchens. The shit he do to his fighters. Same thing. I like Oscar. I love them as fighters, but as promotional people, if you build a superstar and your superstar happen to leave and want to do their own thing, you should back him. And y'all still do business together instead of trying to shit on him and talk shit about him. Some dumb shit. But you've seen it with these two fighter promoters, right? And I don't know, I just was watching it like a month ago, and I said, man, Shakur lost because Mayweather pulled up. This jealous motherfucker. He lost because Mayweather. I'm being real. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let me know, y'all. But I felt though in my heart, cold heartedly. The reason Shakur lost that fight in the motherfucking Olympics against Robeisy Ramirez because Floyd Mayweather showed up. And Floyd came there to sign Shakur Stevenson to Mayweather Promotions. But since he lost, he didn't. So who showed up? Andre Ward took him under the wing. Andre Ward took Shakur under the wing and started managing him. And then him and Jay Prince came together and started managing. Don't be listen, they still managing. Oh, that's why you see them back there. I'm just letting y'all know how this shit go. You know, even though Andre Ward come from a showbox situation, but he started dealing with top ranked niggas. You know what I mean? And when you look at Zuffa, when you look at Ring Magazine, The Zone, besides the Brits, when you look at all of the American commentary and American analysts, all of the motherfuckers come from top rank. They come from the top rank, had a contract with HBO. All of them analysts and commentators is over there, right? The Zone. The top rank went to ESPN. All of them commentators and analysts that was at HBO and ESPN with top rank, it's over there in The Zone. So you know the biasness. Where's Abner Mars? Where's any of the motherfucking announcers and commentators that used to work with PBC? We seen PBC fire Paulie, and Paulie bitch ass go somewhere else and start talking shit about them. Like, come on, bro. Come on. You know? Come on. I'm just saying though. Let me go get this coffee. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, that's how a lot of people gotta look at shit too, because you can see the fake news being presented right in front of your face. You see the fake news being presented right in front of your face, but these motherfuckers want us to grasp it and take it by the motherfucking horn and for us to ride with it and believe that it's real. This is why this shit is all facts, no opinions for a podcast. Now, I mean, I don't let nothing marinate. And that's why, shout out to all the people that come in here, comment, build with me. I build with them. Because we on the same shit. We believe the same shit. We know everything. Listen, I can tell a lot of us, we've been doing this shit for a very long time. We've been doing this shit for a very long time. And we know our shit. That's the key thing is we know our shit. We know our shit from front to back. From front to back. From front to back, we know our shit. And that's one thing about we don't create narratives. We don't create narratives. And everybody that pull up, I need y'all to all go, we all subscribe to each other. We all build with each other. Because at the end of the day, we the only motherfuckers that's going to put the truth in the air. But you're going to have a lot of other people that, how can I say this? A lot of people just want to interview. They want to interview a certain entity. Me, nigga, you give me the interview. You better be prepared. Know what I mean? And yes, I might talk crazy shit, but bro, I'm only talking about what I see and what I know. But once I get off house arrest and I pull up to these, don't run down on me, bro. I'm not a street nigga. I'm a felon. There's a difference from a street nigga and a felon. I'm gonna bust your ass. Get far away, nigga. Because if you want it orthodox, you want it southpaw, whatever way you want it, I'm gonna beat the dog shit out you. Rest in peace, Padman. Rest in peace, Earl. My old trainers from Philadelphia. Earl used to be in Champions Gym. Everybody know who Padman is. Beat your ass. Don't play with me. No, I'm from the old Philadelphia where everybody knew how to fight. No, and nigga, it ain't even that. Nigga, that's every city in America. That's one thing. It ain't where you from, it's where you at. And back in the day, in my time, all of us that was growing up in the late 80s, early 90s, we would whoop all y'all ass. And I know that for a fact. Because we don't get tired. The niggas my age and my generation, we don't get tired. Y'all motherfuckers don't know how it is to play 10, 20 games of basketball and don't drink no water. Then once you done doing that, you see the bitches, now you want to start flipping. Like, y'all don't know that generation. This generation, y'all gas out too much. My generation, who's growing up in the late 80s, early 90s, our one game is crazy. And we can still do this shit. That's a crazy thing. And y'all know that when we was young, we used to play basketball, football. We never got tired. We never took breaks to drink water. We never did none of that shit. Oh, nigga, I'm next. If it's 30 games of roughouts, 10 games of football, 4 games of motherfucking baseball, then I'm going to flip. Then I'm gonna go take a bath. Then I'm gonna go play catch a girl, freak a girl, nigga. Real rap. This is the shit we did. And we never was tired. We ain't give a fuck about no games. that's the neighborhood. But we're going to every neighborhood and play. Every Saturday, every Sunday when there's no school, we got a game. We make up our own. Like, this is the shit we used to do when we was young. That's the problem I have with this generation. I see a lot of them get gassed out. And I get mad at the trainer. Me, I get mad at the trainer. Bro, these fucking trainers, this generation is crazy. Hey, we game all night. That's a fact. We ain't give a fuck about nothing. We going outside, dirtiest. Our moms used to, you dirty motherfucker, go in there, wash your ass. We come back out, still get dirty. Like, we ain't care. We ain't care. It wasn't, listen, disrespect wasn't even tolerated. Your neighbor down the block will whoop your ass and bring you up the block, then you get another ass. Now, I mean, and we really live life to the fullest, man. I miss that shit, man. Because when I come out here and see these kids, bro, that shit hurt. I'm going to keep it real, bro. That shit hurt my soul. It hurt my soul, bro. I'm like, I understand I was a kid and I started doing some crazy shit at an early age, you know? But damn, at least if I was a juvenile for entertainment purposes only, if I was a juvenile kid selling drugs, I still played basketball. I still went out and, nigga, we still get money and go to school and look fly. Bro, these little kids, these niggas look dirty now, bro. These kids look dirty. The no haircut, no nothing. You know what I mean? Like, this shit's sad out here. And a lot of them turn boxers, and then this is what they do. They wear their heart on their sleeve. That's why I said about Devin and Sean. Sean Haney is more down to earth. If Sean Haney turned a boxer and he have a cool career, watch him be more talkative than Devin. You know, he's gonna know. Sean Haney know how to talk to the people and give people what they want to hear. He know what to say out his mouth. Bill ain't got to talk for him. You know, because it looks like, you know, one thing I can say about Devin got the heart, but he's like a plant to me. He's like a plant to me. His other brothers, you can tell they more down to earth. Don't believe in shit. Look at the Tiger situation. Only niggas, only down to earth motherfuckers that do some type of shit like that. You feel me? But one thing I can say is, and a lot of people said, no, Bill Haney was breaking Tiger up. That's why I tell people, Bill did not get in the fight. He broke it up. Yes, he grabbed Tiger, pulled him out, but it wasn't none of that. Then later on down the line, you know, they caught Bill and stumped him out. They caught him and stumped him out. You know, but I got a strike for that shit on my channel. So, you know, I won the appeal, but they still got the strike there, so I'm trying to get it off. Because I told him, like, I understand I posted multiple videos, but I'm protecting Devin Haney and Bill Haney. Because I watched people saying Devin Haney was punching. I'm like, nah, Devin Haney did some real professional shit, and he minded his business. Bill did some real professional shit, and he minded his business. You know what I mean? You just had, you know, all I can say is a lot of you fighters, man, if you can't talk shit, if you can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen. That's all I can say. You can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen. You know? Well, right. Because you're a professional boxer. And I'm speaking for the Haney brothers. My brother's a professional boxer. I'm not. So, nigga, you talking all this gangster shit and trying to, I'm going to swing on you. I know. That's what I got to do. You heard we game? I got to start making sure my title, you know, I'm kind of new to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, with the title situation. Thank you. I appreciate it. I need all the tips. You hear me, gang? I need all the tips. All the tips, you know, especially to generate more people to come in. Download Discord. I got a Discord. I'm just going to re-upload it on my phone. I'm going to re-upload it on my phone. Yeah, I'm going to take this other joint now and just put it back on my phone. Because I got a Discord. I got a Discord from, I was dealing with distro kids at the time. You know, but, you know, just being in it. You know, you live everyday life, you know, that should just be. That's why I say, like I rap, make beats, I send beats to Dark Low Leak, Mars, King, or like these my peoples, you know. But at the end of the day, I love this shit. I love football. I love especially boxing, you know. And certain narratives people create, I got to come out here and tell y'all the truth because I've been alive for a very long time and I seen it. And what really made me start doing this shit was Victor Conte and them niggas. I'm keeping it tall. That shit was crazy, you know. No, but I still like Victor as a person, you know, a smart man, you know, and Bet. Bet. I always heard that too. I always heard that on the music side of things. I always heard that. But I wasn't like too intriguing with it because I was so focused on motherfucking Instagram, right? I'm gonna tell you about Instagram. Y'all so focused on Instagram. And then I realized, like, nigga, I came home 2013 from upstate. I started an Instagram. I went on a run. Next time I get back on Instagram, 2017, I still got the same amount of followers. This shit is fake. Then I go on Facebook. Facebook give you 5,000 followers, and then they stop you. So me, they label me a criminal. So I'm on some criminal shit. I go on TikTok, and I just said, "Excuse me." I said, "Man, fuck all that Q shit." I used to put my music up, and I used to show like government shit. Know what I mean? Like remember that John Q? Everything that's happening now with the Jeffrey Epstein shit. I used to do that shit on TikTok, but I used to put my music on there. Know what I mean? Because I got all of that shit they showing, bro. I had that shit for over 8 years. I had Jeffrey Epstein flight log list since motherfucking 2016. Know what I mean? Hillary, I had all that shit. Now, I mean, all that shit that's happening already happened. That's why I don't care. Everybody else do. When I come to work, my mom was like, "Man, I told y'all this for over 5-6 years ago." But that's how I used to punch up my TikTok, and my TikTok was popping. On TikTok, I had 100 million views. You know what I mean? I just hit 10,000 subscribers, about to get monetized, and then they hit me. They censored me. I had 5 channels got banned. So I said, "Man, fuck that. I'm gonna go to what I like. I'm going to sports. I like sports. I'm gonna keep rapping, keep making my music." But at the time with my music, the niggas gave me a hit because I did some dickhead shit. I'm watching Arabs shoot niggas in the face. So what I did, the nigga Kyle Rittenhouse, I put him protecting himself, and when the nigga dropped him, he felt on the floor, shot, the nigga arm felt off. I can post that, right? On YouTube, y'all post the niggas getting shot up by AK-47. So I'm assuming I can post that. Nigga, they suspended me for 2 years. Ain't that about some shit? Then with this, when I came home May 21st, 2024, and I beat my case and came home. That's why I'm on house arrest for. Bud Crawford, Victor Conte, all of the snack. Victor Conte, Bud Crawford, Bo Mack, Bill Hayne. No, I was getting strikes by them guys. I mean, I was getting strikes by them. And then, nigga, Gilly and them gave me a strike. Ain't this about some shit? Yeah, do it. Yo. This me on Instagram if you got an Instagram. You heard me? We game all night. Instagram, we got that. Or go on Facebook, all facts, hit that, right? And just send, because anytime you go live, just send me the link. I'm popping up. I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up. I'm pulling the fuck up. You know what I mean? I'm pulling up. Soon I get off this, I'm gonna go right to your page and subscribe and hit the notification. No, my co-host at work. Shout out my co-host Santos Boxing. I'm trying to get him to get his show started too. He got a great joint coming. How we watch fights and how we score the fights. My little bro got something coming. Based out in Florida. Shout out my guy Santos Boxing. Got a nice joint coming. You know what I mean? And your joint, I pull up, nigga. We do breakdowns and all that. It's all about love, shit. It's all about us coming together, building, man. Shout out to Round One Sports. Like Edwin, I got introduced to Edwin. Shout out to Frontline. Frontline out here really building the community, putting all us together too. Shout out my brother Frontline. Now I mean, 100 times 35, you hear, Ski? But bro, like we all building with each other. You know what I mean? And soon I get off this, John, in a few, I'm gonna go subscribe to your channel, and that's my John on Instagram, Louis13. And my YouTube, that's my other YouTube. If people like music, purchase beats, or hear some Fur Fire shit, that's my joint. But yeah, get at me so I can. I'll bet. Say less. I'm gonna go right on there and follow. So when you go live, you just send me the link and I'm on it. We're gonna cook. I'm on it. Hey, I'm gonna still pull up and flood the comments. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I still hop on everybody's shit, but the people I build with, that's what I wish you love it. Cause 2023, before I got locked up and came home, like shout out H Money. H Money, my guy, man. I built with H Money. Um, we became cool. No, shout out H. Shout out H Money Boxing. You know what I mean? H a good brother, man. H will let you go up there, it's the mob, baby, and let cook. So that's how I started presenting myself and getting my face out there more. Shit, but shout out to H, man, because but H Money interviewed Telez before he lost the box by rule when he became the interim champion. It was another brother. The shout out, after that, on this channel, shout out to my co-host, man. Shout out to my co-host, my brother, man, Santos Bachi, bring unstoppable Killer Gomes on the scene, And that was one of our greatest interviews of this time on this channel. Shout out to Killer Gomes. We're gonna try and get him back on here again what he is, but I want him to express more of what's going on, what's next for him in boxing, because the fighter ducked, and I need y'all to go check him out. Roberto Raul Rivera Gomes, based out South Florida. I'm telling y'all, this kid is super duper nice. He signed the Box Lab. He was about to sign the PBC and Tom Brown. They came to his last two fights, But the kid very nice, like out there. I always had my eyes on Unstoppable Gomes, and I didn't even know that was my man, homie. You feel me? Because once my man mentioned him, I said, "Yeah, I know who that nigga. That nigga nice." And he was like, "Damn, nigga, I know everybody. I watch this shit, And like and Blast Foul Saint. All right, Unstoppable Gomes, Roberto Raul Rivera Gomes, Darrell Blast Foul Saint, Michael Antonetti. Like I like these fighters, yo. I like Mike Antonetti really never gave his time. He been in the game for a very long time. And I promise you, you put Bam in the ring with him, you put Inoue in the ring with him, my guy will clean them niggas. I promise you that. I promise you that. Go check out Michael Antonetti from out I think it's like Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I don't want to mess nothing up because the brother from New Orleans, Louisiana, some shit like that. I think it's Baton Rouge or New Orleans. He's from one of them places. The brother nice. He's nice. He's nice. He's nice. You think she caught? Go watch Michael Antonetti. Go watch Michael Antonetti. You gonna be like, damn, that nigga like Floyd. He like Floyd Mayweather and Shakur Stevenson in one. I promise y'all that. Then when you watch Roberto Rivera Gomes, once you watch Unstoppable Killer Gomes, bro, this kid is like a Puerto Rican Boots and Crawford mixed together. He's a switch hitter. He got power. He sees everything that's coming. Been in the ring with some top guys, especially sparring, getting them ready for their matches and stuff. Go check this kid out. Then when you look at the Road Blast Foul Saint, you seen him in Canelo camp. Yo-Yo, and Boots was whooping Canelo ass. This is a fact. I want you to go check that out. Go check out Blast Foul Saint. He signed the Pro Box TV. Shout out to Pro Box TV. Even shout out Najee Lopez. I like Najee Lopez. He's very disciplined and listen to his corner a lot. But it's a lot of fighters I like out there. And shout out to my motherfucking son. He's gonna be the top amateur. I promise y'all, he's coming. He was like 148, 147 yesterday. I think he got a fight next week. Supposed to have a fight this week, this Saturday. So he said if he don't get down, because I told him to eat ice. I said, son, just fast and eat ice. Eat a bunch of ice. Ice going to bring your weight down and probably get you to like 147 or 144. He said once he's 147, he's cool. But I think he's going to fight like in a 144 in an amateur situation. So I told him just eat some ice, But the reason I'm happy because everything I told him, because he was up there fighting them big ass guys. I said, son, when you come down and get to your right weight class, you got to remember, people go up. You're coming down and losing your weight, coming down to get to your proper weight class. But punching power is different. Right now, you punching them, I can see it phase them. Remember, it's blood. But when you get down to your weight classes and them niggas at that weight classes start feeling your pain, and what everything I say is happening. Dad, I feel so good. I know, trust me, I know. Because I seen it. I seen it. When I seen my son in the ring, at the time when he was heavy, I'm watching his legs. He's fast as shit. And I'm watching his legs. I said, damn, his legs is too fast for his upper body. He's going to get back there. And right now, he's back there. Now his upper body matches how his legs is moving. Oh my God, this ball killer, man. That ball gunning. And the key thing about him, and with a lot of fighters, this will make a dangerous fighter like a Bud Crawford, like a Jerron Boots Ennis, like a Tank Davis, like a Roy Jones, and certain people like a Tyson, like a Mike Tyson. These people like to get hit. They like to get hit. And once they get hit, now it's time for me to hit you back. Like a Canelo, a Benavidez. These brothers like to get hit. But when you got certain brothers that don't like to get hit and try, see, the game of boxing is to hit and not be hit. But it depends what kind of fashion you do it in. Know what I mean? Unless you roll them, a person throw a punch, you roll with it. It'll look like it landed, but it didn't because the sweat flying. That's how fast you moving. It look like the sweat flying. You rolling with punches, you slipping, you catch, shooting, all of that shit. That's what makes a beautiful technician. But sometimes you got a certain fighter that's forward and backwards. What I mean is the line. Remember, I use 2 lines, right? This is the line I use, right? This line right here is where you lead foot at and this back foot, right? So if this a line, I'm gonna keep one foot right here, my other foot right here, right? Then there's another line. The other line is this line. It's like a cross. It's this line. Where if this is the line, your feet position right here, my feet position right here. So my key thing is to get my head out of the straight line, and from that line to get back. So we're going to use longitude, latitude. So longitude is forward, back, forward, back. So you can up. But then you got the other line is, you feel me? You can do this. You can put a tape on your head, put a marker. You can do this. You feel me? For certain people that don't know, or when you want to roll, you put a marker there, do a U shape. Do a U shape. And for the people that know, you already know, it's touch your knees to practice that. Touch your knees. Touch your knees. But you don't bend all the way, you touch your knees. Then when you know, you boom, do the pyramid. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But that's why I get mad at trainers out here, because y'all not teaching these kids. Bro, if I take my child gym, my child shouldn't be punching the bag in a week. In 2 weeks, my child shouldn't be on the mitts. You got to make sure his footwork is cool. So long as you get his, I don't give a fuck. My son don't touch a bag into 3 months. I know his footwork is cool. As long as his footwork is being cool, his conditioning is becoming great. Because when you look at a lot of these fighters nowadays, a lot of them just go straight to the gym. So when you go straight to the gym, you never play no other sport. Your lungs, you're going to gas out easy. You know? Ask my oldest son. I told him, I said, son, the best thing to do is go play basketball. Why? Because basketball is going to help you with your pivot. Why is that? Because you can come down the court. Once you stop on that left foot, that's your pivot. You can't move. You can't move. But when you in your pivot, look, you in your pivot. I come down, I'm jumping, I stop on my right. This is my pivot. I can't move. If I move, I'm going to travel. But the key thing is, every pivot you stop on, you learn it. You feel me? You learn it. You learn it. You learn it. Plus, when you're playing basketball, it's helping your ligaments, it's helping your legs, it's helping your knees. Plus, you're running up and down the court, it's helping you win. Because I watched one coach told my son to play football, and I told him, I said, son, you're playing a contact sport. Football, you just running forward, or you're going to try to cut a person up and just go. No, basketball is key because it's helping you with your pivot, your positioning. Plus, you're running up and down the court. And if you play 10 games of that, 36 minutes in a 12-round fight ain't shit, nigga. I'm telling you. Because just play a full court game to 15. That shit gonna be like an hour. You know what I mean? Then you playing 10 games like that, not drinking nothing, not getting tired, it helps you out in the long run. And for all y'all up-and-coming fighters, the 5K is key. Go on your 3.1 mile jog every day. Do your 1,000 push-ups, your 1,000 sit-ups, your 1,000 dips, your 1,000 pull-ups. Your 5K is going to keep you grounded. For instance, I learned this, right, when I was in prison. It's going to treadmill. Yeah, fast as shit on the treadmill. Nigga, when I put my feet on that concrete, it's a whole different story. The shit I'm doing on the treadmill, nigga, you're not doing that on the motherfucking ground. So what's the best thing you do? Do it on the ground. Fuck the treadmill. The treadmill, that's cheap. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. You think you doing something, right? That's, for instance, Run 2 miles on a treadmill, right? Then I want you to run 2 miles on the motherfucking street. You're going to see the difference. So what you're going to do, I'm going to stick with the street wave. I'm going to stick with the 5K on the street because I'm not going to get tired. It's how you train your body. When you look at Pacquiao so fucking fast right now, you watch him throw that joint with his son. He throwing the joint with his, he like, see that? You see that shit? That nigga like that. I'm looking at that nigga hands. I'm like, damn, my son sent it to me. He like, damn, dad, this nigga fast as shit. When I seen that nigga throw that motherfucker hook, I said, yeah, that nigga really fast. But the key thing about Pacquiao is how he trained. Remember he told Kid Austin, he said a lot of y'all, when y'all shadow box, y'all want to look cool, y'all want to look cute, slow. That's how you're going to be. He see me when I shadow box, you see me with speed. That's why I fight all day like this because I don't get tired. It's how you train your body, man. It's how you train your body. It's how you train your body. But yeah, y'all. Shout out to everybody that pulled up, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Later on tonight, around 7:30 ish. Shout out my brother Frontline. Shout out to Round One Sports. Now, man, we'll be over there. We'll be over there. Shout out to We Game all night. We gonna talk once my brother get that channel up and running. We guys gonna be bouncing from challenge to challenge, supporting each other, man. But my brother, we game all night. Got a channel. He about to open his channel back up. I need all y'all to go over there, subscribe to We Game all night. I'm about to go over there when I get off this. And another thing is, it's a community, man. It's a real community out here. It's a real community out here, a real boxing community, a real sport community in general, man. Even gaming community, but at the end of the day, I appreciate everybody that tuned in, popped up on me. About to give these shout outs. Shout out my brother Herb Legend. Herb day one, A1 since day one. You feel me? Shout out L L2 guy, you know what I mean? I appreciate you, broski. You feel me? We game all night. We about to go over there. My brother about to start up his channel. We can present y'all with more information, and we gonna go over there and cook up on my brother We Game All Night channel. I appreciate you pulling up all day, every day. Shout out the Round One Sports Talk. Shout out broski Edwin. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, Edwin, all the time. My frontline, I appreciate you, my brother. 7:30 ish, 7:30. Round One Sports Talk TV. We'll be over there at 7:30, y'all. Round One Sports Talk at 7:30. Shout out to Edwin and Frontline. The majority every day at 7:30. You feel me? I don't know. All I know, we trying to corner the market. So I'm gonna come on in the morning. My brother 7:30. We game all night. We're gonna see what time we game all night. We game all night can come in the afternoon or late night. You cool. And when my co-host Santos Boxing come, y'all already know 0.5 speed. You hear ski? 0.5 speed. You hear ski? At the end of the day, I'm up on out of here. I appreciate everybody that pulled up. Thank you for the love. I always do like an hour and a half. I should do more, but we got shit to do in life, especially the fight about to come up tomorrow, Super Bowl. I go on my pass tomorrow, so the live might be a little early like this, so I can get over and done with before I go on my pass. But thank everybody for pulling up, man. We game all night. I'm about to go subscribe to you, and I'm about to go hit you up so you can help me with these titles, man. I appreciate it. Titles is everything, y'all. Your titles and thumbnail on YouTube mean everything, man. But you see how the Most High work? Help you build a community, find some good brothers, and y'all become brothers, and this is what y'all build. And any of y'all niggas come to the city of Philadelphia, and y'all good, nigga. Even though I'm on house arrest, nigga, y'all got the red carpet. I promise you that. I promise you that. I promise you that. Half of these rat niggas you see, I promise you that you'll be right next to these niggas. You know what I mean? I promise you that. I ain't trying to say I'm a cool person. Everybody love me. Everybody mess with me. I'm a cool person. I ain't a tough nigga. I just stand on my 10, and I ain't a bitch. They gonna tell you that. But coming over here, you gonna have the red carpet laid out. And that's what we trying to build these communities. So when we pop up on each other, pull up, especially with these amateur fights, I'm gonna be going places, because of my son, but I really let my son live his life and do his thing, you know what I mean? Because he the truth. That nigga the truth. You know what I mean? He the truth. When I watch him, he get mad. I don't know if he get mad, but when I watch him, I tell him, I said, son, you remind me of of a Roberto Durant and Sean Porter in one. I don't know, you remind me of that, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You probably take certain chinks and add it to your armor from certain fighters that you like, but that type of styles that I see, it's a problem. But thank you for everybody that's showing up. I'm up on out of here. You already know. I always gotta play one of my songs before I go. I'm gonna play Around the World. Now I'm gonna play Fuck All That. Yeah, man, I'm gonna play Fuck All That. Every song from the Trap Lord Mixed It album I created. So this right here, I produced it, made the beat, produced the song, did the levels. I ghostwrite like crazy. But I'm gonna play 2 songs before we up out of here for the 30-minute mark, and we out of here.
Fuck all that line shit. Bullets get the flying quick. Dirty in the ladder hit. You niggas with all kind of shit. Shorty hit my phone about some dope around 9 and shit. Creasing with the iron, lay 'em down when I fire shit. Fuck all that line shit. Bullets get the flying quick. Dirty in the ladder hit. You niggas with all kind of shit. Shorty hit my phone about some dope around 9 and shit. Creasing with the iron, lay 'em down when I fire shit. Real niggas on the rip. Pussy get the gossiping. Till I lay him down, take his crown and his watching shit. M1 stock kit, 100 like a mosh pit. Watch me move the crowd with my finger, get the pound and shit. Picture on a mound, third base when we sliding shit. Papa, where you hiding at? Basement of the laundromat. Hanging from the ceiling in the city where you find me at. Real street nigga definition of a Tommy act. Fuck all that line shit. Bullets get the flying quick. Dirty in the ladder hit. You niggas with all kind of shit. Shorty hit my phone about some dope around 9 and shit. Creasing with the iron, lay 'em down when I fire shit. Fuck all that line shit. Bullets get the flying quick. Dirty in the ladder hit. You niggas with all kind of shit. Shorty hit my phone about some dope around 9 and shit. Creasing with the iron, lay 'em down when I fire shit. Work from across the map, trap, yeah, I sold 'em crack. Oil in the water, ask your daughter when I blow her back. Dirty with a switchy, yeah, nigga, you getting all of that. Lay 'em like a doormat. Pussy, what's the format? Black Louis Chuckers, leave your brother by the door. Scrap 2 bricks, cane rap, nigga, where that chain at? Pyrex, baking soda when I bought the cane back. Pull up at the light, I'm doing dirty like H-Mac. Fuck all that line shit. Bullets get the flying quick. Dirty in the ladder hit. You niggas with all kind of shit. Shorty hit my phone about some dope around 9 and shit. Creasing with the iron, lay 'em down when I fire shit. Fuck all that line shit. Bullets get the flying quick. Dirty in the ladder hit. You niggas with all kind of shit. Shorty hit my phone about some dope around 9 and shit. Creasing with the iron, lay 'em down when I fire shit.
Here's last one, and we up on out of here.
Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up. Dog hit me up. Shorty on my line, told the bitch to call back, cause she getting out of line. Louis, what's the deal? Nigga, we talk, got 9 on a mission, nigga, watch we talk. Meet me on the block, tell me everything you know. From the guns to the chips and the kilos of coke. All I see is white. Let my vision flash, got my hand on them birds, about 100 in cash. Nigga, what's the math? Said I'm rich forever. Ride a trap or die, got my mind on this cheddar. Wish a nigga would. If a nigga try, leave brains on the step, lay next to his mind. Get it or die, that's the motivation. I tell it how it is, see the bullets penetration. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Kick the door, hit the floor, homie.
Hey, Coach Malachi, you on my goddamn box on the floor.
I went to bricks from my crib in the floor.
80 goals, baby, let's go.
And them cents from my drawer, homie. Tie your bitch by the beat, I want it all, homie. You niggas barking like the beat, I let it off, homie. 100 pound crib, I took it all, homie. I left the nigga by his stairs where his bras on him.
This
200,000
going,
on the wrist and spent the charm on
I
him.
said,
Thump a
when
nigga
I
on
was
his neck, that's a
I
prize moment. Real niggas up the
why
back,
you
no
put
bases
the
loaded.
kind of
Pussy
weird?
tried to walk me off at a crazy moment. Bent the block, ducked 10, left him in a coma. North side, Illidale, you know, son of Cobra. Big dog in the pen. The dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick. Dog hit me up, said he got lit. Bad jump shot, so he might shoot a brick.
Shout out to Mr. Leon. Mr. Leon always told me, he said, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. You kill this shit, but you can go play at Tennessee. You can play. And I never like, look, all these people down here too, you play. You got people that don't come out of the unit if you come down here and watch you play. If you have fun in it, you make the game more entertaining. You know, we ain't gotta watch a person come dunk, cause we know if you got the ball, we know you the general of the court. You see the court. You know what I mean? And he always made, when I was in juvenile placement, he always made me dribble with my left hand. Top of my hand, I had to do this every day. Even in the morning when he came, he did a double. That nigga made sure he took it to the gym. He always, this is how I met Bernard Hopkins when I was a juvenile. You know, and that's when he fought Trinidad at the time. But yes. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. I appreciate you. You already know what it is. It's All Facts, No Opinion Sport Podcast. I'm your host. 1-3. We don't let nothing marinate. We get straight to the sauce. Everything saucy. You hear me? Mr. Arm and Hammer, aka Whip It to the Oils. I'm up on out of here. I appreciate y'all. It was a great day today. You know, shout out to my brother. We game all night. Shout out to Edwin, Round One Sports Talk. You know what I mean? Shout out to the L that pulled up. Shout out to day A1 since day one, my brother, my Herb Legend. You know, shout out my co-host Santos Boxing. You feel me? Frontline through Sabe. You hear me? No, we up on out of here. See you 7:30.